I very much agree with the African proverb that says, those who accomplish great things start from little ones. You're welcome to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. And as always, we're coming live to you from Nigeria's federal capital city, that is Abuja. My name is Merciful Ajinamo. Before we bring you the big story, the crux of the show, let's read some developments from across Africa. And we begin from Ethiopia, where forces on Saturday recaptured several towns, including Kobo and Waldia in the north, from Tigrayan rebels, the government announced. And now, to reinforce Mali's troops, Chad planned to deploy 1,000 additional UN peacekeepers to the former French colony, Mali's Foreign Affairs Ministry has said. And talking about Sudan coup, tear gas and stun grenades were used by Sudanese security forces on Sunday to try and break up demonstrations by hundreds of thousands of people in the capital, Khartoum, over the October 25th coup. It's that time where I say you have to make sure that you follow your guidelines and protocols to ensure that you're safe from the coronavirus. And now we'll bring you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. And after that, we'll bring you the big story. Stay tuned. It is still the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network. It's that time where I say you have to be a part of our social media community. And how do you become a part of our community? Follow us across all our social media platforms, that is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TOSTV Network. And of course, our website is right there to stay updated on happenings in Nigeria and across Africa. That is www.tostvnetwork.com. Don't forget to subscribe and like on our YouTube page so you do not miss out on amazing content that we have for you. It's the big story, the crux of the conversation, and this time our focus is on the electoral bill. Buhari, that's President Muhammadu Buhari, has declined assent, and of course it ended yesterday, it elapsed, and we're asking the big question, will NASS override, and what is the implication of all of this happening? And we have in our studio right now, Dapo Banjo, our analyst, to discuss on this. You're welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Merciful.
Okay, the 30-day window for President Muhammadu Buhari to assent the electoral bill elapsed last night. And now we've not heard from the presidency on the fate of the much anticipated bill. So now, what do you think of the president's refusal to assent?
All right, the electoral amendment bill has been in the public space. There's been a lot of talks over it. There's a lot. It's been more of a turvy, curvy kind of conversation. They've been going back and forth. Mm-hmm. More importantly, is to quickly establish the fact that the electoral law in Nigeria is very sacrosanct to where Nigeria will be in a couple of years to come. Our next major election is in 2023, and that's just. We're there. Because 2022 is just going to be preparation by political parties, getting ready, do their convention, present and produce their candidates for the elections, and at the same time approach the poll by March, April 2023. So we're just there. Now, having said that, the president's pause, I don't want to say an absolute stop, maybe a pause on the assent, may not be absolutely unwilling. It may not actually be the fact that the president does not want to assent to the bill. It could be that the president is being careful. I tell you very sincerely, a lot of people are saying it's going to be a legacy for the president if he assents to the bill. I agree totally, absolutely, that it will be. And that's the more reason why the president needs to be very mindful, very careful, before putting his signature to that document. As a matter of fact, I think another very important thing to note is the fact that 30 days ultimatum was given to the president to assent to the bill. The president became 79 a couple of days ago. He was in Turkey to celebrate his birthday. He just came into Nigeria a couple of hours ago. A lot of people are not touching base with the presidency because Mr. Femi Adesina already said, since the National Assembly are actually on recess for the year, there is no point, there is no hurry any longer. You see, because the 30 days ultimatum also, collide with the fact that there is a recess for the National Assembly. And based on that, the president can take a couple of days to actually finalize on whatever he thinks is holding on to, why he has not assented to the bill. Now, let us consider the fact that the veto power of the National Assembly would have to be a constituent of a two-third majority, both in the House of Rep and in the Senate. So the work to be done, even to get it vetoed, it's very humongous. It's something that needs to, they can get to the floor, at a plenary session, and there is no agreement, even though it is accepted and it is perceived that before it was even sent to the president, it means that the House of Rep and the Senate are in agreement. And the truth about it, Merciful, is the fact that even if the president assented to the bill right now, and in a month's time discovered that something that he assented to is actually not suitable for Nigerians to carry on in our, in our electoral space, he could also call for an amendment of the electoral bill and change some certain things. So it's not a finalized document, as it were, in quote. Finalized because it's assented to, but it is something that is subject to amendments and other amendments and other amendments. The last amendment we had was in 1999. Yes. And we have seen in the last couple of years that there are so many clauses in the document that is not favoring the electoral process in Nigeria. And that's why we're here today.
Let's talk about one of the clauses that has got people talking in the last couple of months concerning this electoral bill, the issue of direct or indirect primaries. Some Nigerians are of the opinion that this is one of the huge factors while there's been a delay in passing this bill. What is your take on the issue of direct and indirect primaries in terms of representing people for elections and standing in the gap for people?
Okay, let's quickly just shed a little light on it. The indirect means some political stalwart will select people and say you are representing these people. Okay, and the direct primaries, the people say this is the person we want to represent us. In our electoral life, as it were, so many politics that are taking place in Nigeria, we have had instances where the delegates have represented really and truly. And we have had the people getting very emotional just because they felt this person was there and he didn't do so well. So emotionally, we're just following this other candidate. Yes. Not because he is better, but because we just don't want it. And that was exactly what ushered in the APC in 2015. Because people just felt, let's take something else. Can we just do it can we have another political party and see if things will actually get better for Nigeria and for Nigerians? And so, for me, I think let us return the power to the people. When you return the power to the people, we will kill a lot of things. A lot of things will die naturally. One, Godfatherism will die. Imposing candidates on the people will stop. Number two, people get more electorally educated and electorally involved. That means you know exactly what you are going for when you select someone to represent you. If it does not come back to your constituent, if it does not do anything in your favor, you know it's the choice that you have made. Unlike the indirect primaries, we don't even know him, but they told us this is the person to vote for. But in this scenario, I think to a very large extent, let us try the direct primaries method and let us see where it will take our, our electoral process too.
And for us to do this, the bill has to be assented to.
It has to be.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us on the show this morning. And thank you so much, our viewers, for staying tuned to the conversation. It comes to you every day from Mondays to Fridays. Of course, it's 11 a.m. Thank you. And don't forget to be a part of our social media community. It's on your screen. Just make sure you're following. If you've not followed before, like and subscribe to our YouTube page, TOS TV Network. Thank you again for joining us. My name is Merciful Ajinomo. Don't forget, stay safe. It is very, very important. See you tomorrow.